How can we create change that is aligned with our heart's desires? Today I want to talk about this, creating change and also connecting to the desires of our heart. And if you are new here, welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Claire. And my passion is that of supporting people in releasing stress, in releasing trauma that is held within their body, so they are able to manifest a reality that is aligned with their heart, that a reality that is aligned with their truth. And why is it that sometimes this feels so hard, or maybe we don't know how to do that? Well, the first step in doing that is to connect to your heart. Now, to connect to your heart, you have to be within your body. And many of us are not within our body. Many of us live in the mind, in the thinking mind, or in the outside world. And we're very disconnected from ourselves, from what we want, what we desire, what is that is aligned with our heart's desires, with our truth. So the first step in creating change that is aligned with your truth, with your heart's desire, is to find ways of coming within your body. And the tool that I often use here is that of yoga of embodiment, which is a style of yoga that combines the ancient practice of yoga with modern practices such as somatic practices. And it's an amazing tool because it guides you within your body in a safe space. Because in order to connect, we need to feel safe enough to feel what's present. And that is not always easy, to be present with our emotions, with what we are feeling, from a compassionate space. But there are various ways of how one can connect to their heart. And once we are connected to our heart, once we are connected to whatever we desire, then we start to create changes, so small changes. And very often these changes feel uncomfortable. So your body doesn't like change. Your body would want you to stay as you are because that feels safe and that is known. Change means you are stepping into the unknown. The unknown is not safe for your body. So I want to ask you to do this easy practice with me. So you can place your hands together. And now I invite you to interlace the fingers and observe how that feels. So most probably you interlace the fingers in a way that feels good, that you usually do. That is your norm. And now we're going to bring the hands back together and we're going to interlace the fingers now the other way. And that feels uncomfortable. And I think that you would want to just move your hands and shift them in the way that feel more comfortable. But what I want to show you with this simple practice is that creating change is uncomfortable. But in order to manifest a reality that is aligned with your truth, you need to create changes. And how can we create changes? We create small changes on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, that guides us back to our truth, to what we want in our life, to what we want to change. Now, change does not necessarily mean big changes. Doesn't necessarily mean changing job or moving country or changing relationships. It can also be a change where you decide to dedicate time for yourself on a daily basis. That might feel uncomfortable. Maybe that would mean that you have to set boundaries. You have to say no to meeting people, for example, or to working long hours. That feels uncomfortable. But what I invite you to is to start to create small changes that feel uncomfortable, but you can still do them. And once you do these changes, you can start to repeat to yourself, I did not do the thing that I normally do, but I survived. But here I am. I did not do the thing that I normally do, but here I am. I survived. And repeating this phrase or this affirmation, it starts to show your nervous system that it is safe for you to do these small steps, these small changes on a consistent basis. And then once you take the step that once felt uncomfortable, then that step at some point won't feel uncomfortable anymore. So it will become your norm. It will become a habit. So you are creating change. And then you feel into something else that you want to change. And you start to go with that practice. So feeling uncomfortable, yet still doing it. Because you know that taking that step is what will support you in manifesting a reality that is truly aligned with your own truth. And I hope that this short video inspires you to create the change that is necessary to be more aligned with the desires of your heart. And what I invite you to is to trust your body, your inner wisdom. Trust your heart. And then be courageous enough to make these small shifts that feel uncomfortable, like when we're doing with the hands. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. But when you are in these uncomfortable situations, you can use tools, somatic practices that helps you to regulate, to come back into a safe, balanced space within you. And then you take that next step. And then again, you take that next step. And in this way, being gentle, being compassionate, but yet taking action, you will start to create a reality that you desire, that aligns with your heart. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, I invite you to hit the like button. You can share any feedback, also share any experiences. Thank you so much for being here.